We're going to get started in child's pose, and we're just going to find our way to our mat. So maybe you wish to bring a pillow with you to put your head on, or even your block. And if this isn't for you today, maybe you find your way onto your back or your belly. So let's just soften here and let our head rest down on the earth. So to me, when we're in child's pose, it's kind of like an act of surrendering. Surrendering what we're holding on to right now, surrendering our ways of being, and just opening up to what is in this eternal now that we are in. So even though Christmas is looking a little different this year, the holidays are looking a little different, we still have so much to be grateful for. So as we settle into this space and start to let our physical temple let go, start to bathe yourself in gratitude. As the gratitude begins to wash over your mind, and as the breath moves through you, imagine that it is taking that gratitude with you throughout your body. And just begin to send that breath, that life force, right to those tight, sticky spaces. And with every breath you take, just feel them dissipate even just a little bit as you sink even deeper down to the earth, to invite in all that you're hoping for this holiday season, even if it looks a little different, even if you're meeting with family virtually and not in their actual presence other than on Zoom. So begin to breathe in the hope of this season. Breathe in the peace and the love and the light. And just continue to invite that in as you settle into this space and let your physical body let go. And just let the earth hold you. So whoever has gratitude will be given more, and he or she will have abundance. Whoever does not have gratitude, even what he or she has will be taken from him or her. Because we remember that when God proclaimed, if you are grateful, I will give you more. But if you are ungrateful, verify my punishment is indeed severe. So we recognize this and we invite in gratitude and invite in with a thankful heart all of the blessings that we are grateful for. So as we breathe this in and as we continue to settle down to the earth in child's pose, be like that child that has that faith and that hope and that peace and that love and that light, and they don't even have to think about it, it just is. So in our practice, we are returning home to the essence of how we were created to be. But first we have to surrender our ways, so we let go even more right now as we surrender more. As we begin to receive the earth's energy from beneath us, that reminds us of the truth within us, as we plant in those seeds of love, peace, hope, and light. And as the thoughts arise, or if the thoughts arise, just bathe them in those words, because they are coming up to be released for a reason, rather than pressing them down. Just bathe them in. I am love. I am peace. I am hope. And I am light. Because I live in the light. I walk in the light. I grow in the light. As we instinctively gravitate towards the light. Allow my words to be your words. I am not meant to stay in the darkness of thought or emotion. I am lifted by Spirit's light within radiance, life, and renewal. Spirit's clarity, truth, and wholeness shine on my path. Listening as I truly listen, with more than just the physical ear, I hear the melody of life. Wherever I am in the presence of Spirit. I hear the still small voice within. I hearken to its voice, and I am instructed aright with spiritual guidance. So breathe that in as you keep settling into the earth. And maybe just gently begin to rock your head side to side. Just let that forehead rock side to side. As you let go of anything that is not love, peace, hope, and light, or you bathe it in those words. If it is coming up that is not aligned with them, just bathe it in those words, because it's not wrong. It's coming up to be released. It's coming up to be brought into the light. So allow that light to rain through it. And let's just pause here for just another 2 breaths. As we begin to still the head. And now let's slowly walk our hands back underneath our shoulders. Press firmly through those palms and press yourself up to seated as you sit back on your heels. If this is not where you find a nice, comfortable, easy cross position. So now we're going to plant those fingertips in, planting into the truth of that love, peace, and hope that we are inviting in this holiday season. And now let's just cover and bathe ourselves in that as we flip the palms, reach the hands up as it encompasses our entire being. And then draw the hands down to the heart center. As you slowly bow your head to meet the heart, as you seal that into your heart center, as you plant those seeds of truth into you. And maybe there's something else that you wish for your intention today. So maybe you take this next moment as you breathe in and you feel that heart expanding, receiving those seeds. Invite in your heart's intention for today and for your holiday that is coming up tomorrow and the next day, and even through the new year. So on your inhale, begin to lift the head up. Let's inhale, rise up with those arms, and just reach over the right arm, drop the right hand down to the earth as the left hand reaches overhead. And feel that side body begin to expand as you breathe in that love, peace, light, and hope through the side. And now inhale, rise up to the top, drop the left hand down, reach the right arm over, and invite in the love, peace, light, and hope into this side body. And now we inhale, rise up, and now let's just revolve. So slowly drop the hands down, look to one side, breathe here. Feel the heart lifting as the spine lengthens up to the sky, even taller. As you're sitting tall with love here, with peace, with hope and light. And then on our inhale, we'll come back to the center. Inhale, rise up with those arms, look forward, and then exhale, soften the hands down, looking the other way. As you begin to breathe in the joy of this season, of being with your family, and whatever that looks like this year. It's different than any other year, and it's okay. As we inhale, we'll come back up to the top. And now exhale, drop the hands behind you. And now let's start to lift up the hips. If this is for you, if you're in your seated position, you can come into your reverse table position. But just start to lift the hips, start to feel the openness and expansion through the front body. As the gaze maybe is looking up or it's just looking forward. Keep that breath, keep that moving through you. And then exhale, soften the hips back down, and let's walk our hands forward, coming into our table position. So now let's move through our cat and cow a few breaths. Plant the hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and start to move through that spine. So really start to feel those toes reach down the back edge of your mat. And then just move through that spine. And just start to notice where you're still holding and start to let it go even more. Begin to bathe it with even more light, with even more peace, hope, and love this season. And let's just do that one more time around. Moving through the body, up and down, one more time. And now let's come back to our table position. Keep your gaze looking down at your mat. And we're gonna hover the right hand, left knee. And we're gonna start to make a circle, letting us know the world always keeps going around, even if it's crazy and chaotic right now. So staying stable here. As the core is engaged and the hand and the knee are circling. You're stirring the pot beneath you while staying stable. And now reverse that small circle, go the other way. We're activating that core to turn on that internal light, that internal heat. And we're also going to prepare for what is to come for the rest of class. So now begin to still the hand and knee, keep them hovering, and then reach the hand and foot forward, reach the fingers forward, reach the heel back. Pause and breathe here. Feel that energy, feel that light moving through the fingertips, through the heel. And now begin to bend the knees, soften the foot, reach the right hand back for that left foot, and open the heart here. Feel the hip opening as well. So just breathe here as you feel that expansion through the front body even more. And now let's slowly reach the hand and foot back, forward and back. Lower the hand down to the earth. Drop the left toes down. And then draw the left toes over to the right corner edge of the mat. Now we're going to sink our hips back. So walk that left foot back, coming back into your pigeon pose. So whatever version you can go into, just walk that left leg back and let the hips soften down. Just pause here and maybe bring your hands underneath that forehead. And just pause and let that hip begin to soften open to receive what it needs to receive today. We practice receiving in our temple so that we have more to give from our light, from our hope, from our peace, and from our love and joy. And just another full breath here. And now begin to flex those left toes, ground the hands, and begin to press yourself back up to your table position. You guys are going to help me today. And then draw the left foot back, drop the left knee underneath you. And now let's go to the other side. So now we're going to hover the left hand, right knee. Let's start to circle the hand and knee, just a small circle right up underneath the shoulder and knee or hip. Keep yourself stable, reminding you that no matter what's going on around us, that we can stay stable, we can stay peaceful. And now slowly reverse that circle, stir the pot the other direction while you stay stable. While that core is engaged in keeping you stable, turning on your light and your heat. And now begin to pause, cover the hand and knee, and now reach the hand forward, reach the heel back. Find that straight line of energy from the fingertips to the heel. Feel the belly, the navel reach to the spine. And now we're going to start to move and open here. So start to soften that knee, start to reach the left hand back for the foot. And just lift the shoulder, open the left shoulder, open that right hip. And breathe here. So we want to make sure we're not collapsing through that right shoulder. Keep that arm nice and active as you're pressing through the palm into the earth beneath you, or maybe it's a fist. So now slowly release, reach the hand forward, heel back, and soften the hand down to the earth, soften the toes down. Now reach those right toes to the left corner edge, and then we're going to sink back. So slowly walk the foot back, stretch the foot back, sink your hips back into pigeon, and then maybe you wish to bring your hands under your forehead. You choose where you take it, and just breathe through that left hip now. So here, the foot may be a little closer to the groin than it is when you're practicing a little later in class, and that is totally okay. And as you soften here down to the earth, feel yourself expanding into this space. So we're practicing expanding in our temple so that we can expand in our everyday life. And as that breath moves even slower and even deeper, invite that in. Invite that peace, that love, that hope, and that light of this season in. And we'll just pause here for just 2 more breaths as we continue to soften down to the earth beneath us, expanding in this space. And now we're going to slowly begin to peel ourselves off of the mat. Bring your hands under the shoulders, flex that right foot, and press yourself up, walk your leg back, and drop that right knee underneath the hip. So now we're going to slowly walk our hands forward and either come into our downward dog or our puppy dog pose. So you choose, maybe you keep your knees right underneath those hips in the puppy dog or find your inverted knee. And just march a couple out those legs, shake out the head. Hopefully you're not working your children or dogs like I am. So continue to feel that energy moving through you. From the ball mounts of the feet all the way up through the hips, traveling down and back as it lengthens out the spine and the shoulders pressing in back as you create that long neck. And now just pause here and start to soften those legs, start to maybe bend the knees just a little bit, and then sink the hips back. So we're going to create that wave of peace, love, light, and joy this holiday season with our bodies so that we can practice it in our everyday life. So now soften the knees. We're going to create that wave, that ripple effect with our body. And then inhale, slowly ripple that body forward as the shoulders step over the wrists into your plank pose. And then reverse that ripple, create a big wave going back to your downward dog or puppy dog pose. So it can just be a kneeling plank as well. So just begin to wave, roll through that, moving from plank into your downward dog. Feeling that wave move through the body. Sending out those ripples of peace, love, light, and hope this season. Let's do that one more time. Bend the knees, hit that wave with the temple. And then you release that wave back to your downward dog. And now let's start to soften those knees. And we're going to walk our hands back in space today. So slowly walk your hands back and join me in our forward fold. So now we're going to do our gorilla pose, or monkey pose. So we're going to slowly begin to still our body. Let's peel the right foot up, the right toes up, and plant the right palm underneath the foot. So the back palm is resting on the mat. Bend the knees as much as you need to, and then lift the left foot, draw the left hand underneath the left foot. And now you can massage the palm with the toes and with the ball mount. So just breathe in that energy through your hands. Let the head and neck release. And just feel the bend through the knees. So we're going to carry on our theme for this holiday season and create even more things that represent the things of this season. So now slowly lift up the right foot, remove the right hand, and then the left foot, remove the left hand. And just maybe rock a little side to side here for just a moment as you feel even more length through the hamstrings. So let's return our body back to neutral by finding some stillness. Let's inhale, rise up to our active back extension. Inhale, plug those fingertips in. Find your L shape. Feel the feet planted. Strong, solid foundation. And now soften the knees, hinge from the hips, lower the hands down. And then we're going to move into our chair pose or Santa's chair. So slowly sink those hips back, reach those arms forward. Keep the gaze down at the mat. Feel that energy through the heels as you keep those knees stacked over the ankles or in front of the ankles with the knees behind the toes. Breathe here. And just telling Santa in this moment all that you're wishing for this season, this holiday. And now exhale, soften, let the hips come back to the sky, forward fold. So begin to breathe those things in, and we're gonna go back to our Santa's chair so we can really begin to just tell Santa, or maybe it's not for you, what you are wishing for this holiday season, even though it looks different during COVID. So begin to sink the hips back, start to reach those hands forward, and now look slowly to the front edge of your mat. Keep the head and neck neutral. And we're gonna come on up on this time. So feel the weight go through the heels. Inhale, rise up. Soften those arms down. Let's inhale those arms back up. And now melt the hands down to the heart. We're gonna start to revolve in our chair pose, bringing out anything that was not for us. So sink down and back as you revolve to one side. Let the knees stay parallel with the front edge of the back. Inhale, halfway up, not all the way up. Exhale, sink back and revolve the other way. Letting go. Come back in the center. Inhale, halfway up, one more time each way. Sink down and back, revolve. Adding some strength. Feel free to tuck the outer edge of the elbow to the outer edge of the knee. Inhale, back center, halfway up. Exhale, sink back. Ooh, those legs are screaming. Maybe you add that elbow. And remember, you can always find forward fold if this is too intense. Slowly come back and inhale all the way up. And now soften those hands down. Inhale up with the left arm over. Feel more expansion through the side body. Look down to the mat. Breathe here. Inhale, rise up, reach both arms up, drop the left hand down, reach the right hand over. Breathe. Feel more expansion, more space. And now inhale, rise up, hands come back down to the heart, pause here. And let's just steady up firm up our foundation, lift our toes high to the sky. Start to plant those toes in. So breathe here, let's feel that activation through those inner arches and inner thighs. Let the eyes soften down. Standing straight and tall here with love as you feel the lift through the spine, up the base of the skull, lifting high to the sky. Feel that life's energy moving through the soles of the feet, all the way through your temple. As now we're going to just practice our 4-part breath before we get into our flow. So let the hands soften down through the center. So we're going to inhale, rise up, breathing in that peace. Expand, open, breathing in that light. Inhale up, breathing in that love. And exhale, hands down to the heart. So let's flow through that a few times. Melt the hands down through the center. Breathe in that peace of the season. Breathe in that light as you expand, open. Surround yourself in that love as your hands come up. And draw that hope down to the heart. All the way down as you surrender your ways. One more time, breathing in that peace, expanding that light around you. surrounding yourself with that love as you continue to be the hope this season. So hands come down to the heart. Let's pause here. And now we're going to walk forward on your mat. I've got some animals in the way, so I'm going to stop halfway. But walk all the way to the front edge of your mat. So let's pause here. And now let's start to peel that right foot up. We're going to start by just bending that right knee. And then reach the right hand back for the right foot. And let's just bring our left hand to our hip. So first, let's make the front of the thighs parallel with each other. So let's start here and breathe here. So we're going to continue to add on. If you need support for your balance work today, come up alongside a table or the wall. And you keep standing tall. So now we're going to release that foot, but let it hover above the earth. And now let's bring our hands to the heart, and we're going to create our Christmas tree. So extend that right arm off to the right leg off to the side. Reach those arms high to the sky as you become that tree with that beautiful radiant star on top. So that you can remind others to stay hopeful. Feel free to touch that right toe down if you need support. And now let's find our standard Christmas tree. Draw that foot either inside of the left leg or in front of that knee, below or above. As maybe you begin to look up to the sky, to challenge that balance, to remember the light and the love and the peace and the hope within you. So now let's slowly bring our hands back to the heart, turn that foot forward, that knee forward, and step back to your high lunge. Wiggle those toes back. Feel the space now through that front right hip flexor. So now we're going to go through that 4-part breath again. Soften the hands through the center. Inhale, reach the arms parallel to the earth, forward in space, peace. Inhale, expand that light around you, open the arms. Draw the hands up as the love surrounds you, as you plant the seeds of hope into your heart to share with others. Soften the hands. Let's flow through a few more times. Inhale forward. Expand that light. Surrounding you with love. And the hope is planted deep within. 2 more times. Hands soften and then reach forward. Inhale, expand. Rise. Draw in that hope. And 1 more time. Inhale forward. Expand, open. Expand up. And soften to the heart. Pause at the heart, and now we're going to pivot that rear foot into Warrior 2. So now here we are at our Warrior 2. As you stand firmly rooted in the truth that we have been planted. Be that light right here, right now. And now just soften that rear hand down. Inhale. Reach that front arm up to the sky. If you need a break in that front leg, just to lengthen out the leg for a moment and then sink back to reverse warrior. And now we're going to create that circle with our arms. So slowly inhale, rise up with that right arm. Wrap the thumb and index finger around that left wrist. Push the palm high to the sky. And now surround yourself with all of those qualities as you slowly drift that left hand back and look back and down towards the pinky toe. Stay rooted in here. Feel that rear thigh activate. And now slowly release the gaze, release those arms back to Warrior 2. And now let's inhale, lengthen out the front leg, flex the front toes, turn them forward or sideways. So now both feet are parallel with the short edge of the mat. And now let's inhale, rise up, become the star. Breathe in here. Open those fingers as wide as you can. Create the stars with your fingers as well as your body. And now exhale, soften the hands behind the back, interlock those fingers, charge the knuckles down the tailbone, open the heart to receive that goodness of the peace, light, love, and hope that are being planted in you. And breathe them in from the heavens above as the shoulders Draw together. And either you stay right here or slowly the gaze softens. Begin to hinge from the hips. Lead with the heart. Forward fold. Reach those arms overhead if that's for you. Feel the crown of the head reaching towards the earth as you remember the truth planted beneath you. As we receive from the earth beneath us that truth. Breathe along those inner thighs as well while you're here. And now soften the hands down to the low back, melt the hands down to the earth. And now let's slowly pivot. Walk your hands back towards that front left foot, pivoting your body into your low lunge. Let's pause here. And even while we're here, we're going to slowly lower down that rear knee. That's more challenging today. So now relax that rear foot. And we're going to take that breath, that 4-part breath again. So if you'd like, you can keep your hands here on the earth or join us. So maybe you come on up. Feel free. If you need padding under that rear knee, go ahead and add that now before we start that breath. So find your stability here. And now let the hands float down by the hips. And then inhale, reach the arms forward parallel. Inhale, expand, open. Inhale, draw the hands up. Hands float down to the heart. Lower down. Inhale a peace. Open to the light. Surround in the love. Breathing in that hope, planting it deep. One more time. Breathe in. Reach forward, peace. Open to the light. Turn on the light. Surround yourself in the love as you plant the seeds of hope deep in the heart. And now soften the hands back to the earth. And now we'll slowly lift up that rear knee and sink our hips back in space. Lengthen out the front leg into your pyramid pose. So even here, maybe you can see those 4 points on the earth. Imagine one hand is the peace, one foot is the light, the other hand is the love, and the rear foot is the hope. So you are always surrounded in it. So now soften that front knee. Begin to bend through that right knee and press through the right toes, coming back to your forward fold. And now maybe wrap those hands on the elbows and just gently rock side to side. And now let the hands float down to the earth. We're going to find our Santa's chair again. So now you can stay here in your forward fold or join me. Send the weight through the heels, sink your hips back in space, reach those arms forward. Keep your gaze leaning down to the earth, but forward in space. Maybe you can lift those toes. Breathe in all that you wish for this holiday season. Feel the navel, reach for the spine. And then inhale, rise up. Hands float down. And take that inhale one more time, side stretch, reach both arms up, drop the right hand down, reach the left arm over, look down to the earth. Inhale, rise up, reach both hands up. Exhale, soften left hand down, look down. And now inhale, come back to the center. And we're going to slowly move to the left side. So now bending through the left knee, bring the left hand to the foot and release that left quad. We'll take that right hand and reach for the hip. So we're trying to keep the knee inside of the body and the front of the thighs parallel with the front of the mat. Feel the heel reaching for the glute. And we're going to add on after this. So we're going to finish this side first. Keep breathing here. So we're going to start to move into our Christmas tree. So slowly let the foot soften, hover above the earth, hands come to the heart, and now reach that left foot off to the side and become that star shining brightly on your Christmas tree. Be the light right here, right now. And then we'll become
become our full Christmas tree by slowly drawing that left foot either to the insole of the thigh or in front of below or above the knee. And maybe the gaze starts to travel up to the sky, reminding you of what you're planting deep within you. Staying firm and steady and tall with love. And now draw the hands together to the heart, looking forward. Let's turn that knee forward, and we're gonna take a big step back. Wiggle those toes back there to your high lunge. So breathe here. Let's pause here to steady ourselves in this pose. So making sure the knee is stacked over the ankle and the rear foot is aligned with the left hip. So now soften the hands through the heart, or down through the center. And now let's take that 4-part breath. As we inhale forward, parallel to the earth, peace. Expand, open, light. Draw up that love, filling yourself with the hope. So just float through. We're doing this 4 times, just like we did the other side. And allow your breath to guide you. Inhale forward. Expand, open. Inhale up. Surrender into that hope. One more time as we inhale peace. Open the light within. Draw the love around us as we seal it in with hope. And now pause here as we pivot that rear foot open into warrior 2. And then reach those arms off to the letter T. So nice open hip position here. Soften the shoulders down, head, heart, and hips align. So if you feel like you're leaning like just a little forward, come back. Stack the shoulders over the hips. Feel the activation through the rear thigh. Drop the rear hand down. Inhale that front arm up. If you need to, find that extension through the front leg for a moment. And now begin to draw that left hand up, the rear hand up. Flip the right palm and wrap the left thumb and index finger around the wrist. Draw the palm up to the sky and then drift back in space as you look back towards the rear pinky toe. Staying stable and calm here. Feeling more expansion of space. Now slowly let that gaze release. Slowly soften those arms down. Let's inhale, lengthen out the front leg, flex the front toes, pivot the front toes so that now they're parallel with the short edge of the mat. Now reach high to the sky, reaching up to the heavens. Become the star again. Become the light. You are the light, you're just remembering. So now let's soften the hands to open the heart to receive all of that goodness. Interlock the hands behind your back in that weird interlock. Charge the knuckles down the tailbone. Look high to the sky. Receive that love into your heart. Breathe in that hope and that peace. As you receive all of that, as you breathe in gratitude, and now you can either keep looking up or slowly soften the gaze, hinge from the hips, lead with the heart, nice flat back, and then reach those arms overhead. Let the crown relax down towards the earth again, humbling ourselves to receive all the glory. And sometimes life throws us twists and curveballs that we can't expect, so we practice when it feels awkward so that even during those awkward moments we can still remain firmly rooted in the truth. So now let the hands begin to unlock, let the hands soften down, or let the hands float down and then unlock. Drop the hands to the earth. And then slowly walk your hands forward. So slowly pivot both feet, walk your hands back forward, framing that front right foot. And now we're gonna slowly lower down that rear knee to go through that breath series again. So you choose if you're gonna stay down on the earth and just breathing with us. Or maybe you begin to peel your hands up and maybe they come all the way up. And then now decide, do you need some padding under that rear knee? If so, go ahead and add it. fold the blanket at the blanket, or fold the mat at the blanket. So feel that left hip flexor opening as we begin to surround ourselves with those things. Hands come to the heart. Let the hands melt down towards the hips, and now inhale the peace. Expand, open that light. Draw up that love. Bathe yourself in that peace, or that hope. Hands come down. Let's go through that 3 more times. Your life force will guide you, your inner light. We've all got one more time together if you're joining us. Inhale, peace. Expand the light. Draw the love around you. Breathing in that hope to the heart. Melt the hands down to the earth. Flex the rear foot, lift the rear knee. And now lengthen out the front leg, pyramid pose. Head folds down. Hips hug in. Just breathe here. Soften here, let go. And now soften, bend through the front knee. We're going to step back forward, so press through the left toes, stepping back forward, back to your forward fold. Let's hang one more time, try to reverse the grip of the hands on the elbows. So recognizing that your presence can be a gift this year. We're surrounding ourselves with these things so we can be that gift of peace, of light, of love and hope. And now soften the hands down. We're going to come back into one final chair pose. If you wish to join us, we're going to make it a little more challenging if you'd like by drawing the feet together. So nice narrow stance if you wish to join me, or keep your feet hip distance apart. Now soften the hips, reach the hands forward, soften the hips back, look down and forward. Nice neutral head and neck, navel reaches to the spine. Breathing in all those things for this holiday season as you're sitting on Santa's lap. And now inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the hands down. Let's widen the feet hip distance apart. And now we're going to add on. So now left hand comes to the hip. Let's bend that right knee again. Draw the knee down towards the earth as the front thighs are parallel. Let's pause here. We're going to find our dancer's pose. We're going to create that arc of light with our temple. So now maybe reach the left hand forward, and maybe this is where you pause today. Or maybe you slowly soften the chest towards the earth as you press the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. As you create that beautiful arc of light. Keep the knee inside of the body and keep that beautiful breath. And now inhale, rise up, come back to your tree. So bring that ankle either in front of the knee, below or above, or inside the thigh. Come into the prayer position with the hands. Breathe in that peace. Draw the hands up as you breathe in that light and love. Maybe you look up for a moment. And now surrender your hands together as you come together down to the heart as the hope fills you now. And now let's slowly turn the knee back forward, step back to warrior one. Breathe here as you soften the hands down and up to the sky. Now you exhale, soften the hands down. Let's go through that 4-part breath again. Breathe in peace. Expand, open the light. Draw around the love. Fill you with the hope. Let's do that 2 more times. Your time, your breath. Feeling yourself even more in flow and harmony now. One last time as we finish up. Hands come back to the heart. Pause here. And now we're going to step back, forward into your mountain stance. Pause. And let's move to the other side. So now the right hand comes to the right hip. Start to bend the left knee. Draw the hand to the left foot. Front of the thighs parallel. Let's start there with the knees reaching down towards the earth, pointing down towards the earth, I meant. So now you can stay here, or maybe you reach that right hand forward, and this is where you choose to stay. Standing straight and tall with love. As now we create that beautiful circle with our body, that arch of light that we're surrounding ourselves with, our families with. So maybe begin to hinge forward, reaching the fingers forward, parallel, your heart can come parallel to the earth or higher. Press the foot into the hand, hand into the foot, find your dancer. Be that light, be that hope this season. Be the love. It's a choice. So now slowly inhale, rise back up. Release the foot, come into your tree pose. Hands come to the heart. As you steady yourself here. As you breathe that peace into your heart. Now reaching the hands up to the heavens as you invite in even more light from above you. Draw in that love from above you. Maybe the gaze is looking high to the sky as you remember. And now bring your palms together as you draw that hope deep into the heart center as the hands float to the heart, touch down if you need to. And then uncross that leg, step back to warrior one, turn out that rear foot. Pause there with the hands in the heart, feel that rear heel root in. Now lower the hands down alongside the hips. Let's go through that 4-part breath. Inhale forward, peace. Expand, open that light. Draw that love around you. As that hope is deep inside of you now. And just keep flowing 2 more times following that beautiful breath. Last time. Peace. Bathing in that light. Sealing that love all inside of us as that hope is planted deep within. Keep the hands there at the heart and then step forward back to your forward fold. And let's take our inhale, rise up, swan dive, forward fold, bend the knees, hinge from the hips. Pause here. And then we're going to step that right foot back, wiggle the toes back there. And now create even more space in the right hip flexor. Let's heel toe that left foot to the outer edge of the mat. Bring both hands under the shoulders. So if you wish, you can come to your blocks, but we're going to start to soften that rear knee down. We're moving into our lizard pose. Let the rear foot relax down. So you can stay right here with your hands on the earth, or maybe you come on down. And maybe you wish to remove the blocks and come even further. And then if you wish, you can peel the inner edge of the foot off of the mat, roll open that knee as you rock to the outer edge of the foot. So as you're here, letting that hip float open. Breathe those things in. Breathe in that peace to those tight, sticky spaces. Send the light there as well. And bathe it in that love and that hope. I'm going to pause here for just another couple breaths as we're in our lizard pose. Continuing to expand even more space so that we can stay calm and return inward when we need to the light within each one of us, returning us home. And if that foot is rocked open, slowly lower down the foot, draw the knee back over the ankle. Let's slowly come back to our hands. Inhale, rise up. We're gonna keep our foot right where it is and slowly exhale, sink the hips back. Let the hands come to the earth. So you can stay here or flex that front foot, turn the toes to the sky, and maybe turn the toes out to 11 o'clock. And now start to turn the toes back to the sky. Start to shift the weight forward. If you have your blocks, shift them off to the side. And heel toe the left foot back into alignment with the hip. And now let's lift up that rear knee. Glue the hands down. We're going to step right back to our downward dog or move into puppy dog as we're going to open up that left hip. So step that left heel to the sky if you can, three-legged dog, and then bend that knee open. So you can stay right here with that knee falling open. If you wish to go further, let that left foot find the earth and reach the left hand high to the sky, just adding a little more balance here. So that is an option. You don't have to go there. You can stay in your three-legged dog or puppy dog pose. Expand that left hip, open it. Now lift up that right armpit if you're in your standard downward dog. And if you're down with that left foot, reaching the left hand high to the sky, reach that left hand over, reach that left foot back. Now lengthen out the left leg, drop the toes down, and now let's bend the knees and look between the hands. We're going to go through that roll again, that wave again with our body. So bend the knees, create that wave with your body, come into your plank. And let's go back one more time to our downward dog. Create the wave all the way back. Now soften the knees, step, hop, or walk forward to your forward fold, however you wish to get there. Pause there, hang there for just another breath. Let's find our active back extension between the two sides. Inhale, rise up, plug your fingertips in. And now exhale, soften down. Forward fold. Draw the blocks in if you're using them, and we're going to step the left foot back this time. And now once the left foot is stepped back, let's draw the block inside edge of the right foot and heel toe the right foot to the outer edge of the mat. And then let's lower down that rear knee. So you choose where you're going to take your lizard pose today. You want to stay upright or do you wish to come on down? Feel free to just rock to the outer edge of the foot, lifting up the insole, the inner edge of the foot, letting the knee fall open. Feel free to add any padding as you let that left hip flexor open and that right hip release. So breathe here into those tight, sticky spaces. And just continue to soften and invite in those qualities you need. There's 4 things, or even 5, if you're inviting in even joy. Invite the peace in. Feel the peace move through the body, through that tight area. Let the peace wash over it. As you fill it with the light, as the light begins to expand the space within it, and then you bathe it in the love. As you remain hopeful of all to come. And now if you are rocked to the outer edge of that right foot, we're going to slowly draw that knee back in. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back onto our hands, pressing ourselves back up. And then we'll sink our hips back in space, lengthen out the front leg. And now if you'd like, you can flex through the front foot and perhaps turn the toes out to about 2 o'clock. 1 or 2 o'clock, wherever it flows. Just accessing a different point of the hip and the inner hip to let it go. Now let's slowly start to shift our weight back forward. Heel toe the right foot back into alignment. Plant both hands in. Flex that rear leg. Step back to down dog, three-legged dog. Lift the right heel to the sky or puppy dog and then bend that knee. So you can stay right here, or you can slowly drop that right foot to the ground, reach the right arm high to the sky. So you can stay there, opening up to all of that, or find your downward three-legged dog, that hip opener. If you're in your standard downward dog, just lift up that left armpit to neutralize those shoulders. One more breath here. And if that foot is down on the earth, slowly draw that right foot back, draw the right hand back. Lengthen out the right leg. Drop the toes down to the earth. Let's create that final wave of the peace, love, and light that we are rippling out to this world. Bend the knees. Create that wave. Come into your plank pose. Soften the knees down. Release the feet. Bend the elbows. Come down to the earth. And breathe here. And now just peel your head to one side. Soften here for one moment. Let the earth hold your belly. Let the earth hold all of you. And now if you'd like, we're going to come back forward with the gaze, maybe come into our final cobra, mini cobra, wherever you wish to take it to finish off class. I feel like the dog's on the mat today, not me. So breathe here and then soften back down. We're going to press ourselves back in space, or actually let's just stay on our belly today. So let's draw the big toes together and just relax here. I'm going to peel us open before we end class to revolve. I'll do that somehow. I'll revolve to end class. But let's just soften here and let the earth hold us here on the belly. Let the arms go wherever they wish to go. Let your head rest however it feels comfortable. And just let go now. So we're inviting in all of those seeds that we planted beneath us. We're inviting in that peace as you breathe in. Breathe in the peace from the earth beneath you. And as you exhale, send that peace out to the world. As you breathe in that light beneath you from the core of the earth. As your roots are tethered to the core of the earth, feel that nourishment, that light moving up through your roots into your body. And then as you exhale, send that light back out. And now inviting in that love. As you breathe in the love beneath you from the earth, whose sole purpose is here to support you. And now as you breathe that in, invite in that hope that you can send out to all of your loved ones. Breathe in the hope from the earth beneath you. And as you exhale, soften into that space and send that hope out to the world. And allow my words to just become your words, echoing in the depths of your inner mind, to remind you of the truth. I live in the light. I walk in the light. I grow in the light. I instinctively gravitate towards the light. I am not meant to stay in the darkness of thought or emotion. I am lifted by Spirit's light within, radiance, life, and renewal. Spirit's clarity, truth, and wholeness shine on my path. Listening as I truly listen with more than just the physical ear, I hear the melody of life. Wherever I am,
I am in the presence of spirit. I hear the still small voice within, and I hearken to its voice. I am instructed all right with the spiritual guidance. Is that peace, light, love, and hope surround you now? Here's my reminder. As you breathe in, let it all go. I forgot I said that one. So now here we are on the earth. Let's bring our forehead down to the earth. Just bend the knees and just rock those windshield wiper those legs side to side. Now draw the toes back to the sky, lengthen out the legs. Let's inhale, bring our hands under our shoulders, inhale ourselves up, back to hero's pose. So just sink your way back to the heels. And let's take one final revolt here in our hero's pose. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the hands down to one side. Look as you breathe in that peace, light, love, and hope for this holiday season to go spread that joy. And now inhale, rise up, reach the hands high. Exhale, soften the other way. As maybe you noticed, I brought the holiday armadillo back one last time to celebrate this holiday season for some joy within each one of us. And now as we breathe in, we inhale in that peace, love, and light, and joy and hope as we look up to the sky. Draw the palms together, soften the hands to the heart to seal that into the heart, and slowly lower the gaze down to meet the heart as we remember the truth planted within us. And I'm wishing you guys all a merry and bright holiday season. May it be filled with peace, light, love, and hope this season. As we slowly lift the head, open the eyes, and together we say, Namaste. Thank you, guys.
Merry Christmas, everyone.